Hey everyone, what's going on? This is KDK, Keo Diekin, coming back at you with another review. Today we're going to talk a little bit about racks for your 4th of July firework mortar racks. Some of these I actually made, a few of these I bought online from some stores, but just wanted to take some time out and discuss this because I've never actually done it before for this channel, and I've had these now for a number of years. Got some great deals, and also too, I know a number of you out there, even in the forums and groups, you guys refer to your custom racks as poor man racks, and personally, that's not my belief because any type of sweat or work that goes into making something isn't cheap and it's not poor, and especially if you decide to try to pay yourself $20 to $25 an hour. There's a lot of hard work you guys put into it, so you guys should give yourselves a little more credit than what you do. But let's go ahead and get into this review. We'll talk a little bit about racks and why I picked these and how much they cost, and just give you guys my overall thoughts on these. All right, so a few years ago, I decided to start getting some mortar racks for my show. Reason being is because I wanted to get out of the frame of just firing one at a time. So for starting from left to right, this is the first set I bought. I got these at RedApple Fireworks. I believe these were somewhere, well, actually, I'm not even going to quote your price because I honestly don't remember how much I paid for these. But these were really great at the time. They were fiberglass mortar tubes, and they were really hard to come by at the time. I know a lot of stores had stopped carrying them for a while, and they already came pre-made in this whole set. I have to weight these down for my 4th of July. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 shots in this. I actually use this the first year, or one of the first years I started using a lot of mortars for my show, hooked up to a Cobra firing system. And just phenomenally great, as far as what it can, get for me or do for me. Fiberglass is really good, even though I do prefer HDPE, which brings me to my another rack over here. This one comes straight from Pyro Boom. If you guys are familiar with Eric Alma over at Pyro Boom, he does some great work. So I got this a few years ago. This is a 24 shot mortar rack. It was on sale. I think the price was $125 at the time. It was on sale. I got it in January of 2017, 2016, I want to say. And he does some great work. Make sure you guys check out his stuff over there. I'll leave a link in the description below. But the reason why I decided to get this was because it was such a phenomenal deal, and this is high quality stuff. I mean, I've used these, and they have definitely tested the time as far as what they can do. And honestly, I didn't know too much about what was the difference between HDPE and the fiberglass. I do know the good thing about RedApple Fireworks is that I can say I think most of their tubes that they even sell with their standard shells are fiberglass and not some of the other cardboard stuff. So that's something you guys definitely want to look at. I know my first years I was tossing them away, but honestly I found out I shouldn't have done that because they do have some good quality stuff and it does last. Now, as far as which ones last longer, HDPE or fiberglass, I do know that HDPE lasts a lot longer, but not to say that these are going to give out anytime soon. So they should last you several years or several rounds, depending upon how you use them for fiberglass. But you guys should definitely look at Pyro Boom. They have a nice, phenomenal set. These give me that lift I need in other directions, so that way all of my shots aren't going straight up in midair. These are really durable. I think one year one of these popped out. They didn't explode or anything. But even if you just wanted to replace one of these, they're really cost effective as far as what they offer. But I'll come back to that in a minute. And then over here too, these are the 2 racks that I made for myself. I took a bunch of tubes that I had laying around from other assortments or shell assortments and kind of made everything myself. I found this board at, I think it was Lowe's or Home Depot, and to prevent it from tipping over, I put those little stakes there at the end. This was really a cheap option. I think it only cost me about 12 bucks. Get the nice board there in the middle. And then of course I got some really long screwdrivers to actually, screws that go all the way to the base, and make sure it's really sturdy. But no, this one doesn't flip over. It all is really sturdy. Gives me everything that I need. And a lot of you guys will recognize these are, again, mortar tubes from the RedApple Fireworks brand. fiber tubes. And of course, this one came from Alien Fireworks because they sell Xscale. So I probably will be replacing this one pretty time soon. But I do know that Xscale's pretty sells some really decent tubes over there. So I've had that one there for a number of years. So we'll come back to that in a minute. And then last but not least, we have this one. So I put this one, I had a bunch of shells that I just wanted to set off one year. In fact, my show 2 years ago was really insane. I had stuff all over the place. And so I took a lot of the shells. Obviously, you guys can see here, we got the Doom Burrow, Doom shells here. We got some Xscales. And then, of course, I took one of the tubes from the old Diablos. So if you guys remember Diablos, those are pretty good shells. I think that shell used to go about 225 in height. Really good shell, real good stuff. Got a video of it. But I drilled these all the way down to the base and used a, this one's just, kind of, you guys can see it sticking out because I wanted to plant these in the ground so that way they have a little bit more protection. Doesn't flip over, it's really secure, and if I want to add some more, I can definitely do that as well. But one of the things you guys can do to have a really inexpensive rack is just, of course, take your regular tubes, drill into the baseboard, get something that's really thick, and then it'll hold. It's really sturdy, won't flip over or anything. This one probably cost me about a good $15 just for this board here, and that way you guys don't have to throw these away. You guys can make really good use out of that stuff. But I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that I personally use for my 4th of July show. I know a lot of you guys who are probably more experienced. This is really something for beginners, but a lot of my subs are come from the video game channels and also RC business, so they don't know a lot about how to create a overall decent show for themselves. So this one here, I do have to make sure that it's perfectly mounted, or make sure that it's protected at the base, because this one can flip over, and if I fire too many at one time, all of these have actually shot out at one point, actually flipped over, so I had to go ahead and fix that. But primarily, this is a really good rack to get if you guys are going to go with this. It's really, it won't move around, that way you guys can really do that. But one of the benefits I like about this one compared to the other racks that I do have is that everything is in a perfect straight line. But however, I do prefer the ones that I made because I do have a sturdier base on there, and of course I can mount some more, and then of course you can drill into the base with these, so it really makes it secure when you guys are shooting off for your show. And then this one here doesn't tip over as well. I think one thing that I could do for this one is put some stakes on the left and on the right, and then maybe here on the front and the back, left and the right of this, to prevent it from tilting over, just like I'll have this one. So that's something I may do here in the future just to prevent that from tipping over. But honestly, all in all, it doesn't take a lot for your show if you guys are new to this and beginning in the hobby as far as having your own mortar racks. This one here is more of a professional grade from Pyro Boom. HDPE, this isn't something you would typically find in any of your stores. I special order these. And this is angled off, so that way all the shells will go off in different directions, and of course these here in the middle will go straight up. And of course I usually have all these set up together with my Cobra firing system. And I do know Eric is working on another version. It looks something similar to this, but it has alternate parts with an adjustable rack where in the middle, where you can adjust it left and right. Also the middle, you can either use tubes or Roman candles or whatever your preference may be. He hasn't released it this year because he's been really busy, but he does have that coming out hopefully by next year. I did talk to him. He could probably send me one so I could do a demo or review on it. But all in all, something like this, this one actually weighs about 45 to 50 pounds, and it's like dead weight. You know how you get something and it's like 50 pounds and it's like a dead weight? So it does have a pretty decent center of gravity to this, so this won't tip over or fall over. I mean, I can really barely move it, so it's pretty sturdy, especially if you're shooting off all 24 at the same time. You definitely need that added weight to it. But all in all, guys, it doesn't take a lot of work to make your own racks if you guys are looking to increase your show. Instead of lighting up one shell one right after the other, you guys can do something like this. I know a lot of the other guys in the Pyro community, They also, what you could do, if you want to angle these, you can kind of tilt these this way a little bit, and that way it gives you a better angle instead of all these going up in one open space. This kind of creates some diversity to the shot. Or if you want to mount it a little way, or when you build it at an angle, put something underneath it, you can do that too. But even just this little measurement here gives you guys something to work with on your show, so it shoots up in a different direction instead of them all going straight up. You guys stay tuned. I got some other interesting videos for you guys. Just wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes about my racks and what I have. And I hope to see you guys next 4th of July. Make sure you guys be safe. And stay tuned to some other stuff. I got some new stuff coming up for you. And I will catch you later.